Hey everyone, does your diet have you down a little bit? Do you struggle like I do sometimes with just discouragement um, when it comes to dieting, when it comes to your health journey? It's completely normal, and these are basically 5 tips that I have incorporated into my life so that I could be successful on this health journey, and I want you to be successful too. So let's jump in. Okay, so first of all, diet discouragement is completely normal. We all feel that way. Maybe we're not progressing like we want to. Maybe there's just a lot happening in life, and we've kind of fallen off the wagon. Maybe we have people around us that just don't really seem to be as thrilled and excited about it as we are. Whatever the reason is, discouragement happens, okay? But we don't want to stay in the mully grubs. We don't want to stay there. We want to keep moving forward because this is a wonderful, beautiful lifestyle of health and wholeness for ourselves, and we're worth it. We are worth doing this. And so let's go ahead and jump into the 5 tips. Tip number 1 to avoiding the discouragement when it comes to dieting and healthful living is simply this: do not focus on the scale. And I know we've heard this before. I would watch other people on their videos and they're just like, don't focus on the scale. And they were like, they weighed 100 pounds soaking wet. Okay, so for people like me, I have a lot to lose still. I mean, I have been successful thus far, but I have a lot to lose. It's very daunting. It's very challenging. And I kind of find the scale a little bit traumatic. I'm not going to lie. The very first diet I was on, I think I can remember I was 10 years old. My mom would always like look to the scale and be like, she was just like almost like just chained to it with what it said. And I grew up the same way. Like I grew up doing and thinking the same kind of thing. And so I have found for me personally, I cannot weigh myself daily. Our bodies fluctuate. We know that, okay? We know that we might have had a little bit more salt the night before. We might, be starting our menstrual cycle. There might be like a host of reasons for our body's weight to fluctuate. And on the daily, it's going to happen. It's going to with all of us, okay? And so for me, my recommendation to avoid discouragement is to, maybe once a week, if you have to weigh yourself. For me, I weigh myself once a month. I weigh myself on basically the 16th of every month because that was my first doctor's appointment. And I'll have a video about my first doctor's appointment giving up sugar. It was very interesting. So I just kind of kept going with that. And so the 16th of the month, I will weigh myself. And then I keep a little notebook and I mark, what the scale says, because the scale is honest. We know that. We also know our bodies are honest, right? But our bodies fluctuate. That's part of our beautiful human experience. And so be careful of that scale. That scale, when you find that it's discouraging you, like if you're like me, normally that's when I would give up. I would be like, forget it. I guess I'm just destined to be fat. That's really bad thinking. It's bad self-talk. We don't have to be destined to be this way, to be unhealthy. We can move forward, and we're not going to let that scale dictate to us, whether or not we should be discouraged. So just really, really, really be careful with the scale. All right, the next thing that I do, so tip number 2, and I talked about this in another video on that, is that I do a gratitude journal. I am really big in starting this because y'all have to understand I have failed many times, many times, many times when it comes to my diet and health journey. It's almost kind of like embarrassing, but I'm just going to be transparent because I am a dieting failure for so much of my life. So for me, it started with this journey this year. It was, I have to change my mindset. I have to change my mindset about myself. And maybe I'll do a video just on mindset because I have learned so much and there's such great information out there to help us. But I have found that if I can stay grateful, it keeps my perspective. It keeps me focused on the main thing. And the main thing is my overall health. I want that scale to go down. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I want my clothes to fit better. I want to, overall though, I want to be healthier. And I know that if I focus on that and just be grateful for the things outside of just that scale that help me enjoy life, enjoy the beauty that's out there, enjoy just my family. And there's so much to be thankful for. And I'm going to choose to dwell in that gratitude, it helps keep the discouragement at bay. It really does help. And so maybe you're too busy for a gratitude journal, but maybe just every morning or every night before you go to sleep, just even if you're just conscious of it and just think of, okay, today I am grateful for this. Today I am grateful for this. Today I am grateful for this. And keep that focus. It really will help keep that discouragement away from us. All right, tip number 3, surround yourself with like-minded encouragers. Listen, we need people to support us. When I first started, I didn't tell anyone about this because mindset, I had failed so many times. And I'm like, I don't want anybody to know, because if I fail again, then I just, I don't want to hear from people. I just can't. Well, really what I have found, I first, I told my husband he needed to know I'm changing my eating. This is what I'm doing. And he was so supportive of me. He was just like, Janice, I'm so proud of you. What can I do to help you? And I mean, it kind of blew my mind. Like, why would I keep that from my husband? And then I told one of my best friends, I was like, this is what I'm doing. I'm not telling anyone else, but just to let you know. And she too was like, okay, let's do this together. She's like, she's very healthy. She's very thin, very beautiful, very beautiful. But she was just very supportive and helpful. And what can I do to help you? And let's do this together. And having those encouragers really helped me not be discouraged. And because then they remind me, like, great job, you did that, it's amazing. And oh, well, your face is looking thinner, or things like that. So, but find yourself people that get you, people who are going to love you, but at the same time encourage you on your healthful journey. And I hope that you are not living in a household of those who may discourage you. And I'll do a video on that because I grew up kind of in a household like that. And my mom, I don't want to say that she was purposeful in doing that, but it does have an effect on you. But if that's the case, it's really paramount and important for you to find someone that you can trust to let them know about your health journey and to encourage you in the process. And if nothing else, like and subscribe to my videos, and I will encourage you because I think y'all are rock stars, and I am super, super, super proud of you and me for doing this journey together. Okay, so tip number 4, celebrate the small victories. So this is really important to me because I had talked about this in the other video. I'm really big into like it's overwhelming to me to look at the amount of weight I have to lose and all of this, and I'll automatically throw in the towel. I'll be like, forget it. This is too huge. But celebrate the small victories. And I'm not even talking about the scale. I'm talking about when I went to the doctor's office after 6 weeks of no sugar. I did not put any added sugars in my diet. And I'll do a video later on actually what I do, okay? But it's very simple. Just no added sugars in my diet. And that's all I did. I didn't focus on anything else. When I went to the doctor, it was 6 weeks after I had started. And you'll have to understand, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes a couple years ago, and it is very scary. And I had tried since then to try to be healthy. So this has been a long time journey, and I have not been very successful up until now. But when I went with no sugar in my diet, no added sugar for those 6 weeks, my entire metabolic panel was normal. Normal. Even my sugars, my A1C, all of it, completely within the normal range. My doctor was so giddy. She was like, listen, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. And I was like, I got it. I'm going to, because my metabolic panel, my cholesterol, my triglycerides, the fasting sugar levels were all normal. I can't tell you how incredibly proud that made me. I was just like, oh my word. And so even, and the scale had went down too, but it was like such a big moment for me. Celebrate those victories, because our bodies like rejoice when we do healthy living. I'm absolutely positive it does. And so celebrate those small things. Did you go a week without your sodas? Did you go a week and really stayed focused on the intake of calories, whatever it is that you're doing for your health journey? celebrate that. That's amazing, and celebrate those small victories. Okay. And then lastly, number 5 is stop. I'm speaking to myself here. Janice, listen to yourself. Stop the negative mind. Stop that negative self-talk. Guys, gals, right? This is huge. One of my journeys with all of this is my mindset. And I am very quick to be mean to myself. Very, very quick to do it. And, like you're no good and you're going to fail like you've always failed and just very, very negative. And we have to stop doing that. Diet discouragement is real and we don't help ourselves. We don't, because, you weigh yourself and I don't know, maybe the scale stayed the same and you're just like, forget it. Why am I even trying? This is ridiculous. We can't go there because here's the deal. It's not ridiculous. Our health is important. Your health is important and so is mine. And we have to avoid diet discouragement. And it starts with changing our mindset and realizing that we are valuable human beings and we deserve to live a healthy lifestyle. We deserve to be healthy on the inside and on the outside. And it starts with avoiding the discouragement that can come from our negative self-talk. And so that is, I keep going back to the gratitude journaling, but it really helps me because it reminds me, first of all, that life is so much bigger than me. It reminds me that I can do good in the world and help people, not just myself. And that is also healthy living. And so avoid the diet discouragement by these 5 things. This is what I'm doing and implementing in my life. Trust me, I am walking this journey with you because I want a healthy lifestyle too. I want to be on this journey with you. I want all of us to be successful and to not be discouraged. All right, so if this is content you love, like and subscribe or whatever you got to do, and let's be on this journey together. I believe in you. All right, y'all have a great and blessed week. Take care.